Hey, today I'm going to be sharing with you that it's okay to not have everyone like you. Right now, on the front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams, The Front.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Front. My name is Mike Phillips, and I will be your host. As always, you can cruise on over to leadtheteam.tv and please subscribe to my YouTube channel there. Also, you can check out the audio podcasts on Google Play, on iHeartRadio, and on iTunes. And if you would, whether it's audio or video you're checking out right now, please participate in the comments down below. Share your thoughts, share your opinions, as often those lead to a really excellent future show. So today I am sharing the message that it is okay to not be liked by everyone or not be loved by everyone. That's all right. And it's tough for many people to accept that statement, myself included, because in general, we're social creatures. We want people to like us. We want to feel respected. We want to feel included in the circle, right? But it's okay. Let me share this message with you. Here's the thing. Many people that made significant influence and significant impact on the world historically were not universally loved. In fact, many of them were hated. Take Jesus, for example. Jesus was here to spread the word of God. He was here to share a message of love and understanding and acceptance. And he was not just not loved by many, he was hated, he was loathed, he was feared for spreading a message of love and understanding. It's the people with the small minds, the people that were in power, the people that feared the change. Those are the people that disliked the message. And ultimately, Jesus was crucified. He was killed for spreading a message of love and hope and understanding in the Word of God. And now, here's the thing. He was loved dearly by a few people. He was loved, and it started with just a few. He was loved by the people that mattered, that were willing to carry the message with him, that were willing to make the sacrifices, that were willing to grow. Those are the people that were really important to Jesus and ultimately to the rest of the world. So when we're talking about not everybody liking us, I mean, that to me is a prime example. And now today, fast forward, right? Centuries later, we want everyone to like us. People by default crave interaction. They crave social acceptance. Like I said before, we're social creatures. That we seek other people's approval. We want to know that it's okay that we're making the right decisions, that we're making the right move, that we're doing the right thing, and that people will support us. Because when they don't, we feel alone, right? Most people wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they'll openly share. Sometimes they overshare. They overshare, and we have so many platforms to overshare on right now. Think about this. You have so many platforms. People can go on when their feelings are hurt or when they're disgusted or when they're upset by politics or anything else that's going on right now. They just go on and they spew it. It's like mouth diarrhea, right? They spit it out there and they overshare what they're thinking and feeling. It's the social media phenomenon right now. We're experiencing it right now in history. And the thing is, seeking other people's approval is a top priority on social media, right? We want to be liked. And the thing is, it's a trap. It is a trap. If someone unfriends you, it's like, oh crap, man, the world's coming to an end. Somebody stopped liking me today. What did I do? And then we're all worried that it has something to do with us or with ourselves. And in most cases, it primarily has something to do with the other person. And that's okay. But by default, we always first question ourselves. And the thing is, it may not be something that you did wrong. Sometimes it doesn't even have to do with liking, right? Or disliking or respect or disrespect for someone. Sometimes it's just a matter of that other person, that other individual, maybe they're just growing in a different direction from you, right? Everybody, Tony Robbins has a saying. He says, love your family, pick your peers. No matter what, none of us entered this earth, none of us came along and were able to choose who our families were. You know, short of your spouse, right? You didn't choose who your parents were. You didn't choose who that crazy uncle was. That's what you came into, that's your family. You have to love them no matter what. It's unconditional love. You love them because they're your family. Even when they screw up, you love them. When you screw up, they love you back. It's okay. But you have to be really wise about who you choose your peers to be. Because people are growing in different directions all the time. People are growing up. People are growing laterally. They're getting a wider base. They're gaining a solid foundation. And so maybe it isn't about you. Maybe they're just growing in a different direction. And they say, well, that's not a connection that I need anymore. I'm sure you've done it in the past. I know I have. And and the thing is, if that person reaches back out to you and says, hey man, what happened? You have to have the character and the fortitude to tell them, hey, this is where I'm headed. You know, if you want to go along with me, let's reconnect. But if you don't, it's okay. It's normally not personal. People, by default, I don't think their primary mode of operation is not hate or disdain or distrust or dislike. I just don't think it is. Humans, because like we said, since they're social creatures, normally they want to be accepted. They want to run together and feel like they have some value in a group or to other people. So here's the thing. Stop worrying about if everyone likes you or not. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You have to be truly happy with yourself first. People can take it or leave it. And it doesn't mean that I'm going out and that you should be very vain and be worried about, well, hey, I'm more worried about how I look. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying be who you are. Be true to your character. There's a lot to be said for that, because there are so many people societally right now that are willing to change and sacrifice their character for somebody else so that they'll fit in. And that's not right. You have to be true to who you are. And if you're, understand too, if you're not willing to sacrifice or change your character, if you're being true to yourself, you are not going to change anyone else either. Whatever their character is, you're not going to change them. You can influence people, but you cannot change who they are in their core, right? Here's just kind of a side tip. I got a few notes written down, but here's a side tip. People that are seeking approval and the attention of other people, they're looking for that external validation of themselves. They need somebody externally to tell them, well, it's okay. It's okay with who you are. And really, you've got to figure out, sometimes you have to figure out for yourself, how do you eliminate that? Like, I have to be okay with who I am. Like, it's cool if you agree that you're okay with who I am, but I have to be okay with who I am. So stop investing so much in everybody else's opinions. The most important opinion is your opinion of yourself. How do you care for yourself? How do you carry yourself? What is your character? What drives you? What's your core? What's important to you? What are the fundamental, emotionally, what do you need, right? Be satisfied with who you are, because that is the most important opinion that you will ever encounter anywhere in your life. Everybody else can. Now, again, I'm not saying to disregard what other people tell you. If people are giving you advice or they're saying, hey, listen, and I've had this happen too, where I'm cruising along, and I think I'm just doing great. I think everything's going well, everything's going good. And I have somebody pull me aside and say, hey, Mike, you're really messing up right now. And I need to listen to that for what it is, because if someone cares enough and has enough character to tell me, hey, you're blowing it, you're acting like a bonehead right now. If it's someone that really truly is a friend and whose opinion I do respect, I need to stop and listen to it, especially if you have more than one person tell you that you're blowing it, then you need to stop and listen. It's one thing if one person, maybe they're trying to get you off track because you're outgrowing them. You know, I've mentioned that in prior episodes. If you're outgrowing somebody, they may sideline you and try and get you to slow down so that you fit in with what their vision of what you should be. But if you're having more than one individual, maybe 2 or 3 or more than that, say, hey, you're making a mistake here, you probably should slow down and listen to what it is that they have to say. Maybe that's not dislike or disrespect. It's somebody that cares enough to tell you. So get back on track. Here's the thing too. When you stop worrying about, I mentioned this just a second ago, when you stop worrying about what other people's opinions are, you will find out who your true friends are. You will find out who the real peers that should be in your circle are when you're not worried about the opinionated crap that gets thrown at you. Those are the people that are going to stick with you no matter what. Your friends and your peers, the people that you choose to have in that close-knit circle, those are the ones that will stick with you. Even when you are acting like a bonehead, they're the first ones to speak up that say, hey, listen, you're acting like a bonehead. You need to correct this. And they'll stick with you through it. They will. So in closing, here's the deal. Humans, everybody needs approval. I do. You do. Everyone. Society right now, like I said, tune into a social network and look at all the likes and the thumbs up and the positive and the loves and all that. Everybody is seeking approval. And here in the real world, when you step offline for just a few minutes, when you get back into reality and that face-to-face one-on-one communication or that group communication that is real tangible interaction, that's when you're really going to learn who your friends are and who your peers are. You know, it's one thing to have some influence online and so forth, but when you actually have a voice-to-voice conversation with somebody or a heart-to-heart, like an actual interaction with somebody, that's when you know who will stick with you through thick and thin. So that is my message for today. Just keep in mind, it's okay to not have everyone like you. It means you stand for something. It means maybe you're making an impact. You will find out who your real friends are, and you have to be really comfortable and very accepting of your own opinion of yourself. So thank you so much for tuning into my episode of The Front today. I really appreciate it. I value your time, and I hope that this was able to add some value to your day today. As a reminder, I do the episodes of The Front every single Wednesday and Sunday. You can check them out on all the social media channels. If you have questions or comments, certainly reach out to me on social media. Send me a DM. And until we speak next, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.